Well, welcome back. This is Transport Fever 2. We are playing America Island, and we are building an empire of transit. That's as George Bush would say, of course. What happened last time? Well, last time we built this really nice train line here from New York City all the way to this quarry, and I don't think we actually got a chance to see the train pick up any rocks. So let's go ahead and observe it and see what it's gonna do. It's gonna do exactly what I just said it's gonna do, but we should still watch it. Let's do that. Interesting. So they fill up the train and then they're gonna turn the train around. Well, there we go. We have 70 out of 70 rocks. That should bring us a nice little paycheck there. We do have to pay the cost going one way, and then I think maybe it's also time we should just, I realized maybe we should have a second platform on this train yard here. That would be about the third time I edit this train station. I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, I don't know. Let's not edit it. Let's put a train there and see how bad it is. If we really need a second platform. Do we go with something weaker though? I mean, weaker, maybe faster. The general goes 45 kilometers an hour. This thing is half the cost. It has also half the power. But I don't imagine we're going to actually make this train too long, because we want sort of a rhythm to our delivery, and we want to be delivering exactly the right amount of bricks and construction materials. But we don't want Russian trains all everywhere, do we now? The Baldwin 6 wheels. Well, we might as well just have it. We might as well just... Maybe we should try it? If not, we'll just sell it. Yeah. So, add me one of those to that cart there. Steam, cargo. There we go. I think in this case... if we put 5 of these super long... Okay, but now that's going to just look ridiculous, because... 35... Because that is half the capacity, but it's also, it will look ridiculous. Here we go, 35 capacity, $1 million for this train. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna pause the game only because I want this thing to start working and loading up this train station right away. Will it do it? We just got our delivery. Actually, there we go. We are profitable on this line. We made about 400,000 from that delivery. You there. You there. There we go. Provo Construction Materials plant. What about something more like Tony Soprano's? So... Tony Soprano's construction site, So obviously, I don't think it's filling up this train station right away. You are supposed to be making bricks. Consumers, is it because this isn't connected by road? It is connected by road. And this bus station, which you deliver to, have catchment there. But we should actually build that second line as well. I do not like that line one bit. I just delete that line. I just like the look of this line here coming in through the center of the city and not really bothering the transit line. Well, we'll give it a moment. We'll give it a moment to start making the thing. What thing? The construction bricks from the Soprano site. Alright, also, I think we should name this train something exciting. Let's take a look at it for inspiration. The Mighty Hauler, there we go. Because it'd be the first train hauling a ton of might in this age, in the age of 1862. Where is that other train? Did I not? Where is that other train? I did buy a train, didn't I? Oh, it's here. It is here. You know what me wants to do? I want to actually have this train deliver in both directions. I thought it might be silly, but why are you doing this to me? You're not making bricks at all. Santa Ana to New York City. Well, that's not actually called Santa Ana, so we're gonna have to rename that. Then we're gonna go back to the station and then to Santa Ana Halt. Okay, while we're here, we're gonna recall this the Soprano stop. Soprano Junction. No, Soprano drop off. That sounds pretty mysterious. I am actually wondering what is up. Do they have to have a full inventory of production before they ship it, or consumers? New York City is a consumer. We're shipping 0. Transporting 0. I know what happened. I didn't put the right train thing on it, did I? Go to the depot. You actually look silly with that. That is not a lot of train carts at all. You know what? I'm gonna sell this train. I'm not happy with this train one bit. Not one bit. I think we're gonna go with the general in order to, you know, have some unity among the people. We do need an open flat car, I believe. That was the main issue with that. Capacity 1 to 7. That's a weird way of putting it. 35. 70. I just fear making it too long is gonna make it. Just hold on here. Is it a 1-to-1 type production business? It is. So for every 1 stone, it is 1 brick. Here we go. 1 general. But if we don't make the general too long, okay, I'm gonna go with Baldwin because I'm not gonna make it that long. So I don't want to be paying that much money. Let's start with that idea there. We had the 35 going both ways for $1 million. And if that doesn't work, we're not going to be too upset and we're just going to buy a new train. There we go. Now that's proper. It's small, so I'm hoping it reaches top speed right away. It's not really doing that, though. It's taking its sweet old time. Maybe we can have 2 small trains doing the deliveries. I still don't see any supplies here. What would be the cause of that? Oh, well, it is saying it's delivering 2. It says 2 shipment. Get back here. Show me 2 shipment, because I don't believe you. We are auto-saving, so everything's just glitched up in this nation. Alright, no, turn back around. Turn back around. Enough of this. Consumption, stored. Okay, we're gonna give it just a moment more before I start really asking questions. Maybe it needs a road. It doesn't need a road connection. That would be ridiculous. See, and this train was stopped because of that train leaving the station, which means there are some inefficiencies right there too. Does that look like a nice piece of symmetry? It looks close enough to like a nice piece of symmetry. Let me say extend a bit further, like that. Nice piece of symmetry. Maybe slope me less, slope me more. Slope me, it doesn't have a medium, it just has a less or a more. I'll go for the more. Okay, here we go. We have some construction materials lining up. Nothing to do with this road I just built. And the road does look a bit silly, but you know, the workers of Soprano have to get there. Soprano Industries. Okay, that was fun. We can expect it all day, but I think at least we're gonna get some materials to New York, right? Well, New York is growing nicely. I think we should probably give this line a little bit of an extension to Santa Ana. You know, it's funny, I don't know if I want to call it Santa Ana anymore. I think Philadelphia should be the name. Because it's so close to New York City, and then this Santa Ana gives it sort of a southern feel to it. I don't have a southern feeling about this city. I bet you I'm just gonna be like confusing the heck out of all y'all by renaming everything all the time. Santa Ana Hall, Philadelphia Station. Pennsylvania quarries. Pennsylvania Quarry 1, maybe. Quarry 1? Just Quarry Station. Pennsylvania Quarry. It's fine. Let's work on our next project, which I was going to just connect up this train line to Philadelphia and put a passenger station right here. That way we'll get some nice growth in Philadelphia right off the bat. And then, do we have a shared track at any point? I don't like shared tracks. And that train can go to Pittsburgh and we'd fulfill our goal of getting to Pittsburgh. So let's do that. Let's put some tracks in here, and that way we'll be pretty near to the construction materials line. Will be pretty near to it, and we can observe and we can make sure. I feel like I've already made a mistake here, because that would be the wrong platform. What does this say? Warnings. It says a warning. Passenger platforms. I'm just wondering, I don't even know why I'm doing this way. Because we do need the passenger and the cargo platform in both ways. Because we're going to be delivering bricks from the other side. I think we already do. And that's why it's complaining. Okay, stop complaining. Here, take the warning away. I've fixed everything. Now, I think the passenger platform is very long for this day and age. I think I like the shorter one. Here comes the train. Why is it glitching? Why is it starting and stopping? Yeah, you keep on going. It's when you edit these platforms, everything in the world starts glitching. I see. Because this is some high-tech stuff I'm about to do here. Alright. Well, here we go. We have a station. All we need is some track. What's this warning? Line 2. Oh, noes. Don't give me any of that. This guy's not even taking both. I told you it's a one-way street. You can't really just... Is this a one-way signal? Yes. Alright, so we just have to change the side of the platform here. Side 2. That would have been my fault because I was up there editing things and removing platforms. The train got confused. Alright, do you have bricks on you? You only have 16 bricks. That's kind of depressing. I paid $1 million for this train and $168,000 per month. And how much you bring me in return? 40,000? That's not working, but it is because there's not enough stone being transformed right now. We need a second one of these big mighty haulers. Would that be reasonable? There is 100. Yeah, that is definitely reasonable. We're gonna duplicate this train. Manage vehicle. Duplicate. Waiting for free path. Good idea. I don't want any fusion. Okay, if you're waiting for a free path, why are you going? Oh boy. This is not going to be good. This is not at all going to be good. Actually, it might be good. This train's going in that direction. With its one stack of bricks. It's a bit hard setting up a business from this like that, just to get it to work right away. There's a lot of calibration that needs to be going in zones. Meanwhile, poor New York only has a little tiny train station. It must be jealous of Philadelphia. And I don't know what to tell you about this here ditch. Why are we ditching it up? Who called ye for a ditch? Alright, well I guess that's just the Terran. You can't do much about it, can you? We can terraform. Although that only makes it look a bit like a pillowcase or something. It doesn't really look that nice. Whoops. And what do we have here? A bear walking around New York City. Get out of here. Don't make me ride you. Better things to be doing. I'm helping out New York. I'm giving it sort of the flat terrain it needs. Did this help? This helped a bit. Alright. Doesn't really matter. I think when the buildings fill in, it's gonna look nice. Now we do have to build. We do have to give a big fat curve over here to turn into the station. That's never too fun. Because how do you know what kind of a curve is? It's not even a 90-degree curve. It's more of a... It's one of those. And that sort of works. So I might as well just press... I might as well just agree to that, but I need to make sure we're on the right side of the platform. So this is the outer side. Which in this one is the inner side. Did that make any sense? There we go. It's placed. Can't take it back. We are now committed. Do we double check the whole entire route to Boston? Probably. Do we expand? Do we make the train station longer? Maybe. Things are going really well. Maybe it's a time to celebrate and build longer stations. But look at Boston. It's right on a curve. It's not going to really be too happy about me expanding a station unless I do it that into the city. Well, this might be the best time to actually do it into the city because as I can see right now, there's room there to be extended, and there's not too many industries in my way. Do we just give it the one extension, or do we pull out the full? I hope I can fit a platform here. I really can't. So what does that tell you? That tells you that we're gonna have to actually murder all the people right here standing and waiting. So that's a lot of people. Oh, they just went on the other side. Nobody murdered anything. And now we're on the wrong side of that. Okay, but that's okay. We'll have to figure that out. And what do we do next time we need to expand the station? We're just gonna extend the track that way, aren't we? Now, what if I put a nice main building over here somewhere? It's not too happy about that. What about, why? Why not? It's a nice building. And that's an extremely nice building. If I just adjust this road just a bit, pay 151,000 to just sort of demolish that guy's house, I think we can put a nice building. Why don't they have a nice medium-sized building? This one's a bit too big. That's alright, we'll work with it. Okay, it's giving me that curvy road business. Well, we're in a city now, so we should go with the bigger road. Something like this. I saw a lot of tentacles, that's good. Another tentacle on this side, and boom, alignment. Nope. This is not what I call alignment. What about this road? Nope. Well, prepare yourselves for a bit of ugliness just for the time being. Okay, either way, this factory is getting torn down. Why does it have to be that way? I don't think it has to be that way. We're not here to tear down this factory, we're here to build a nice train station. Well, if we're tearing down the factory, might as well tear down both factories. Anyone with me on that? Now the question is, how does one make this look like it's supposed to be this way? How do we make it more aligned looking? Do we just reach? Yeah, we just reach from the start to the end in one shot. I'm going to do something ridiculous, but I'm just gonna... Well, obviously I can't afford that. But if I can prevent anything from being built on this side, this does help. It definitely does help. But it doesn't... I don't have the money to be destroying that last piece of factory. So what can we put there as a placeholder? I'm thinking I want to maybe... Well, we're just gonna have to wait then, or we use a road. We can use a road. Anyway, we need a road here. But you know what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna start putting diagonal, all kinds of curvy, diagonal, weird buildings there. Alright. That's not straight. Even though it's temporary, we need it to be straight. How about like that? How ridiculous is that? It works for me. It looks like, what does it look like? Can we just take a look at this line? That is almost disgusting. But it's what needs to be done. How about a train crossing across all these rails? No, you're not going to give me that, are you? To get on the other side. It's not like there's... Okay, now we've curved the road. Unbelievable. Very finicky over here. We'll have to I think it's possible to build a road. Is it because it's considered a station? That is why. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, demolish all this shenanigans. And we should press play. I think it's... No, we can't press play. The station in Boston is completely wrecked. We're running low on money here, so we're gonna have to press play very soon. Like that. 1, 2. We can press play now. I'll put it on sped up speed just to make up for that lost time. That's a fairly nice line, I would say. So let's just finish. Now Boston is struggling because passenger... Okay, yeah, we shouldn't have pressed play right away. But it's what needed to be done. Now we don't have enough money. Okay, take the loans out. Borrow the money. Go to the bankers. Oh! That is not what I wanted at all. Stop it, stop it, stop it. What is this? I appreciate the help, but we were going for more of a leaving the factory in its place and sort of building the city around it. That was actually the nice plan that I had. If you just extend out to here, you wouldn't have any of that problem if you did like a boom. A boom. Like in that direction, and it's very insistent on curvy roads, which is something I'm very uninsistent on. Is there a reason why this road looks to me a bit thicker than that road by a few centimeters? Okay, well there we go. A bumpy, a little bit of a weird bumpy road here. But it does sort of make the line look a bit better. Now, what's the issue here? Train. The train is having issues. I don't believe you should be having issues. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. You're going. You're moving. Oh, I know what the problem is. I think that there's a problem with the station, the side on which the station is found on Boston. It's track 1. That's the problem. And the second problem with this configuration is a lack of a tunnel from one platform to the other platform. There you go. The train's all glitching up again because we're placing tunnels underneath. There we go. Well, that's certainly nice. This is a very nice industrial city, and it has a lot of greenery over here on that side. Let's close that tip. We don't need that tip. So, after completely devastating the city... Oh, but look at that. Look at this forest it has. That's like Central Park, which is something I was considering to put in New York City, a nice Central Park, but in this game, it doesn't really work. because they can just build their houses on top of your nice tree park. So, and I haven't really thought of a way. I think maybe there's one way we can use these. We can use some kind of a industry building, or maybe I think I have the asset for field plopper. Maybe the field plopper. Oh, we're off the edge of the map there for a second. Alright, so this train is the second hauler. It's bringing us money. How is this mini hauler doing? The mini hauler must be doing pretty bad, I would have to imagine. It's only losing $20,000. I mean, it's pretty much breaking even on a good year. But when it brings stuff to Philadelphia, actually it does cover the industrial zone, which is quite surprising. You would think that I would need a cargo truck line over there, but I don't. So what is this guy waiting for? This is unacceptable. Is it a lack of signals? It is a lack of signals. These trains are pretty slow, so I guess we need to put a few signals there. And we'll put one in between here. So one between these two stations, one between those two stations. What is the population of New York City? 403. Well, bust out the champagne and celebrate, because that's quite an achievement. 100% growth. Very good everything, it says, except emissions. We'll take a look at emissions in a second. So apparently we're getting 37 bricks to New York and 42 food. Huh, the food thing is strange because I bought so many ships, I was sure we'd be just hauling tons of food. But all these ships are kind of half empty. I'm not liking that at all. We're going to have to fix the food situation. You know, maybe we need a line, a ship line from just the food to the processor. Could that be good? That could be good. We'll call it ship East Coast Food Short Line. Now I'll tell you, my conventions for naming are not that good, because some of them exist, some of them don't exist. Some lines we don't name until years later. There's no really rule, it's just sort of, if I want to, I'll do it. And I think, okay, we have 1,300,000 in the bank. It's time to finish our little project here with the passenger line. We will expand the New York station. I think that pretty much is a good idea. If we're expanding all the stations, we should do it now. Now, usually, personally, I like keeping the station pretty small until around the 1900s, but since we did it for one station because it was already a cargo station, we might as well just do it now for these ones. But maybe other stations that I built. Where are the tracks? Here they are. We also need to make sure, what do we need? Well, we need a turnaround point for this train, so here you are. Give you that. I'll give you a signal. We will have to put one extra train on the line because, you know, to give it that that frequency. Bulldoze this little piece of track, lest we forget that track was ever there, and remember the use it brought us and the tons of money. I'll put, just in case, a signal between these two cities and a signal between these two cities. And I do want to put maybe another signal because there's going to be, we already have 3 trains potentially on these 2 lines. But I don't want the train to stop for traffic. I want the traffic to stop for the train. So we're going to be ridiculous and put the signal after the road on each side. That way the train is guaranteed to cross. That is ridiculous. Here we go. We'll give you a signal. No, we won't. I fear this train actually needs a bit more wagons, which I never ever predicted. So we'll just edit this vehicle. Let's pretend that it's in the depot. It says the vehicle condition is poor if I give it that. Well, we'll just add 2 more wagons to it. 2 more cars. So now it has 7 cars on it. 100 is going to New York, only 21 to Philadelphia. You know, my intuition was right. We need to have separate delivery trains because it's not all evenly spread out. Like a flat pancake, you need to actually spread out the distribution with different trains and different loads. I don't know what pancakes have to do with anything actually. I just feel like maybe I want a pancake. Okay, let's build a platform here and finish this up. That would be good progress for this episode. Here's an underpass for you. There you are. Do you want a canopy? Well, too bad. If you're going to Philadelphia, you don't get a canopy. Oops, wrong button there. Not configure, rather manage line. Add station, Boston, back to New York, and to the passenger station. New York, you would visit platform 2 on the way back. There we go. It's still calling this station Lower Santa Ana. That is unacceptable to me. I literally did rename the station. We want no clues that this was ever Santa Ana here. Well, there we go. And let's give it a little bit of a bus line. Because as far as I'm concerned, that doesn't reach anything. Now, do we just give it that A to B point type line? I think we should. Just give it A to B, shortest possible line, and less hassle. Another depot, that's unfortunate. A horse-drawn carriage, sounds good to me. Let's buy 2 of them. We have to set a line, we didn't even draw a line. Well, there we go. We have set a line. Are the trains piling up, or are they well spread out? They are well spread out. I'll check this line for a second. The mighty hauler on line 1. Line 1 being, it makes us $380,000 per year. This is a train. It's really a cargo train, right? So we'll call it, it's still a train. That's the problem with my naming convention. I like to put the vehicle type first, and then I'm gonna let's see what the quarry, East Coast Quarry. And we're gonna go buy a second train here for this line. Now I'm wondering if I can use the other depot, but for now, this depot is probably good. That is a pretty tight curve. I'm surprised you got that. Let's make the other curve in the other direction just as tight. There we go. Now, where's my train? Where's my... What do we call that first train? I even forgot. The Tea Party Express. Okay, duplicate that. Not enough money. I have $2 million. How do I not have enough money for this train? Simple train. I'm impatient. I'm gonna go take some money from the bank. And there we go. Now we also have to rename the line because no longer is it New York City, Boston. It's Boston, Philadelphia. So what we call it, we could call it just the East Coast passenger train. Passenger service. No. The East Coast line. That sounds good. Now these colors are all very unexciting, so let's get some nice colors. Let's finish naming these lines. So Santa Ana or Philadelphia, I'm calling it the wrong thing. Philadelphia, and the color for you should be something less flashy. This green is too flashy. We have blue, red. So green is good, but how about a darker green? Or orange. Like a school bus. It's not at all like a school bus. Purple. There we go, purple is fine. This one is called the, this is the train, we're gonna call them cargo. Construction Delivery East Coast, or East Coast Construction Delivery. So we'll call the other train a cargo as well. We have trucks, we have trains, ships, cargo, and buses. So everything's named pretty nicely. The colors are pretty not so nice. Specifically this one. The dark red and the gray. I'm not liking. I think we should give it a uniform color. I'm still considering white. Because even though you can't really see it in this screen, when you go to like this, you can see it pretty easily. So I will accept that. We have white for stone and black for oil, which on this side actually is doing not too bad. If you take a look at Seattle, it has grown. It is already at 137. I think it had 80 people or something when we first started delivering oil. It's a lot of oil here backed up. We could probably add maybe 2 vehicles there. We could definitely ship some more oil in that direction. So we have 700,000. I'll just duplicate this one vehicle. It says ship 24, so by now we have 24 ships. That's including the East Coast and the West Coast lines. Let's take a little look at our budget report here. So in terms of balance, right now, the East Coast train line for passengers is losing money. It's our biggest loser because it only has 59 people out of 112. So the frequency is 6 minutes. That's good. That means that we did need that second train and we brought the frequency back to the original. The Philadelphia bus is losing money, but everything else is making us money. The The crude oil shipping on the west coast gives us $2 million per year. The food line on the east coast shipping is $800,000. The cargo east quarry, the long mighty hauler there, is $380,000. That's pretty constant. The cargo east coast construction delivery train, the one that is pretty much a short train, is actually making $40,000 a year. And then we have some passenger. Oh, so all of these are cargo lines. The next one is still a cargo line. New York food delivery. Actually, that isn't necessarily true. It's New York anything delivery, cargo delivery, because it delivers food and construction materials now. What else do we have here? We have these two ships delivering oil to Seattle from the island there. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna rename. You know, I've been renaming things all this game, but this is really, instead of called Japanesey, this is like a string of islands on the west coast. What better? Because this is America Island, right? What better than Hawaii? On that side. This is not going to be Montreal anymore. This is going to be Detroit because it's surrounded by a bunch of lakes and water and stuff. Vancouver is going to be Portland, even though it's on the wrong side. Portland. There we go. We'll probably just... We might have to do something about that. I'm not sure. Or call it something like Milwaukee. I don't know. But I do know that this island here is going to be called... what is it going to be called? Puerto Rico. U.S. Virgin Islands. No, Puerto Rico. So we're thinking more American here now. No more of these international islands. And Cuba, you're in the Caribbean here, but we're going to call you U.S. Virgin Islands. If I'm missing any other islands, you let me know. This could be Alaska. I don't know. The names are not going to change this whole series. Once we develop a city, like this Boston, New York, Philadelphia, that's certainly going to remain like that. Now, I have been focusing a lot on the East Coast. I think next episode, we're going to jump to the West Coast and have some fun on that side. Now, I was reading you some profit things here. The bus, well, all the bus lines make around 2,000 to 4,000. So there we go. If you want to check out my lifetime profit, here it is. It's just a big graph. It's basically saying that we actually make about $7 million a year some years, and our costs are also around 6 million. That's because we're always building and expanding. Alright, so I'll see you next episode, everybody. I hope you had an amazing time here on America Island. I'm signing off, and goodbye.